Daddy, can you hire the spiders to commit a genocide against a persecuted group of people? Thanks.
And we're live with the next tier of the iceberg. It was in Morse code, but the Morse code reads... I'm not going to say, go learn how to read Morse and figure it out yourself. It's a fun little puzzle for you.
Wow, you love our viewers so much.
Heart emoji.
Pepe heart.
Anyway, we should just get started.
Yo,
Gil, go right ahead.
Today I'm reading, so prepare yourselves.
Let's go.
Ooh, I'm prepared.
So we start with Hellbell is hanging from a real world tree. Yeah, I kind of like this one, honestly.
I guess.
Why not?
So the only world tree is the one that gone and I should specify. This is what I meant. The only world tree in the human area, not in the Dark Continent, is the sapling that Jing and Gon climbed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess this would be saying that it's hanging on that.
I was thinking more that it's hanging on a real world tree, right? It's saying real world tree, so in the Dark Continent.
Do you mean like a fully grown world tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
And we don't really know how big the Hellbells are either, so yeah.
That is true. I just assumed it was the size of a normal snake, but it could turn out to be a
gigantic. But yeah,
right.
I mean,
given from
I like it.
the image of it, it could be a normal snake, but then again, it could just be, let's say, proportionate. It looks like a normal snake, but then it could be a huge branch on a world tree, meaning that would make Hellbell incredibly large.
Yeah.
So it's like what you guys were saying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, moving on, we got Kurapika died against Uvogin.
I want to skip this, please. Gil,
it was all a dream. Yeah.
Don't make me edit in that music again. Don't make me do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see how this is possible. I think this is just another soy Wojak thing. I don't approve of this. I don't approve of this. It's just Uvogin faked his death. Which one of you out there made this theory? Which one of you?
Who did
I need a word with you. Who done it?
I think
yeah.
If you don't have anything to say, we can continue.
Right. I just think it's
this is
a soy
Miluki trolling.
Miluki trolling, yep. Okay,
fat bastard.
Dark Continent First Expedition.
I've wanted to write a short story about an undocumented expedition or a first expedition. So yeah, this is an exciting idea for me, but
for sure,
I don't think there's anything in the manga that points towards specific details regarding a first expedition.
Yeah.
So
now,
I don't know what exactly this is referencing.
When they're claiming about the first expedition, do they mean the first ever expedition to the Dark Continent, or is it the first expedition to the Dark Continent that we know of in the story? So it maybe it's they're referencing the Netero, Zigzoldic, Lian trio.
Yeah, because there's the official trips, right? And there's the unofficial trips also.
Right. I'm pretty sure those three snuck out into the Dark Continent.
Possibly, yeah. But
also,
I think
the first trip to the Dark Continent blessed humanity with Nen, or perhaps cursed them with it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. There's an interesting idea.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what else this is trying to like reference, but
It'll be interesting how Nen works
I'd
in the
be
Dark
interested.
Continent.
I think this is just like a fun prompt. Like, writers, go have fun. If we've got any viewers who want to like write a little short story about that, feel free to leave that in the comments.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Bluster was. Okay. Do you have is this the full text or is it missing something?
Bluster was Koala's boss.
Oh, okay. Bluster was Koala's boss. Okay. I was like,
yeah, I was looking to the left and it was
yeah. Bluster was thaumaturgy, not working so well. Bluster was Koala's boss.
I would have to go read like every single Bluster line like about his past because I'm not sure what this could be referring to. I know Koala was like a hired hitman.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't get why the connection is drawn to Bluster specifically.
Yeah, I don't remember Bluster that well either. Like he does speak a little bit about his past, does he? Right?
Yeah, very very fragmented, and I think it's in conjunction with Welfin and his past with Gyro.
Yeah.
Maybe if that is the case, if what I said was correct, that Bluster was in conjunction with Welfin, who's in conjunction with Gyro, could it be that if Bluster was Koala's boss, would that mean that D2 and NGL hired a hitman of some sort for whatever nefarious reason?
I can see that being legit.
Like, could Bluster
a lot
be...
of the ants that are left alive seem to be connected to one another, so...
Well, I mean, they're all from the NGL, which is quite a small country where technology and information is not really able to enter or leave the country. So it would make sense, in an ideal sense, that they would have some type of human connection to each other.
Yeah.
It's not like it takes the entire continent of, let's say, Yorbia, right? Where it's just so expansive. It's not like you take a continent the size of Africa. No, it's a very small country, both in population and in just like size.
Yeah, they're from NGL, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, it's we don't really know how many people live there, but assuming it's like this natural reserve kind of place, very naturalistic, little villages and stuff. Not that many people in the end. So yeah, quite likely that the strongest ants were like criminals and stuff. So they probably all have some sort of connection between each other. I don't know. It's an idea, but.
Yeah, I just don't get why this is down this far in the iceberg. Like, it's a cute little thing. I don't really see like the solidity of the connection. I can like be like, yeah, it's totally possible that they like knew each other or like worked together.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a lot of other ants did, but I don't see what the specific connection to being Koala's boss is. And with that, I'd be ready to move on to the next one.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Thaumaturgy. I don't know. What does this mean, even?
It's a D&D term.
Looking it up now.
It's a D&D spell.
term. Okay.
Yes, you create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble or of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers. You instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. You alter the appearance of your eyes for 1 minute. That's what thaumaturgy does. It's usually used by wizards and tieflings, actually.
Okay.
Is it like
it's a transmutation cantrip?
Because I'm reading it on Wiki, and it's like it's like a type of magician, from what I can tell.
It's a cantrip.
Thaumaturgy is
At least
purportedly
in 5th edition D&D, it is a spell. It's a cantrip. Maybe
Okay.
right.
I'm just going off of what I know about D&D and thaumaturgy. My apologies.
The performance of miracles is what Merriam-Webster is giving me.
Yeah, like we're trying to look for like a more
for like, okay, yeah, like a more
definition.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this would imply that Nen has like a whole spiritual aspect to it. Like it originates from like a god instead of like within the user or something.
Whoa.
So I can totally see there being like a religious belief aspect to Nen.
Yeah.
A lot of Nen is like the conviction of the user and like their emotions. I would guess it's probably like the user believes in something so much that their conviction becomes like a strength of their Nen, rather than like the power of their Nen coming directly from the god. It's more so just coming from their conviction in their belief of the god.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. But I would love to see more like religion incorporated into Hunter, like more directly.
Yeah, there's so many things that you could explore with Nen. It's sad that we don't get to see more, right? It's we just have to make it ourselves, I guess.
Yeah. Your own short stories, writers, get those pens.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
I guess that's my thoughts on that. You guys have anything else to say? Maybe there's a more D&D related angle that we could take to it. Like there's the we were talking about in the previous episode, there's like the seventh, all the skills being like tied to D&D skills, and the seventh one being like the anti Nen or whatever.
Yeah.
Like antimatter to Nen. Maybe there's like an angle that you could take to thaumaturgy with D&D in mind, but I'm not really super familiar.
Yeah, probably.
So
anything to say, Pika?
I don't have anything to say.
All right, I say we move on.
Yep.
Soulless Gone.
This is a cool one.
Scary.
Because it brings into question like, okay, well, if Nen is like part of the soul, and if Gon like can't access his own Nen anymore,
Shit!
Does he also have access to his soul, or like is he like a husk, or just like
I like that
controlled by
idea.
a brain or whatever?
Yeah, like the reason why he can't access his Nen, which is there, but he lost the connection to his soul or something like that, so he can't access it. Yeah, I like that idea.
The thing is, the thing that kind of rips this theory apart is Jing being like, "Yeah, I can see your Nen just fine. Like you're okay."
No, but
so
yeah, but like I can see it still working. Like if there's like connection between Nen, and even if you have the aura in you, but you lost the connection between your body and the soul or whatever like that, you could still...
Right, like it's missing a power cable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I could still see that working.
Yeah, maybe. I just wonder what like the implications of that would be. Like, I don't know what's the importance of a soul then? Like, if it's disconnected and he can still like function like a normal human can, just like he can't use Nen. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't really get the significance of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pico, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry, my microphone's been having some difficulties. It's been a bit special.
Is that so?
Well,
right, it's
I
all
hope
right.
it fixes itself.
Yeah.
moving
Hold
on.
on. Yeah.
Yes. Theta's bloodline.
Do we know anything about Theta?
That's the thing. Like, I don't think we do.
She was hired. She's a hunter,
Yeah.
and she was brought on to guard Sir and Nick and to teach him Nen. I can't think of anything else other than Theta, like Theta's past. And I don't know. I don't think we've seen like Theta's quote unquote potential.
I just know that she's a cool character. So,
yeah, I like
that's
Theta.
all I really know from Theta. Yeah, if the commenters know anything about this one, go ahead. But yeah, I think we're all drawing a blank here.
Yeah, it would be cool that she had a bloodline or something like that, but maybe that's why she's so good and resistant. But yeah. Well, moving on, we have Kite Apocalypse.
What the heck does this mean?
This is some good iceberg material.
True.
But I mean, I wouldn't even start to know what it means.
Okay, so weird thing, right? Now that Kite is a chimera and that his physical sex is female now, does this mean that he could technically become an ant queen or chimera ant queen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Right? I mean,
he could.
Especially it would also it would also counter like Kite's human memories, right? So that's weird to think, right? It might be that unless Kite is able to actively suppress the biological need to reproduce as a chimera, like a royal chimera female, then I
see the connection now.
Yeah.
Right, but since Kite can just let's just say that he is able I don't know if I'm just calling Kite he because that's he was a human, right? If he was able to reproduce because he has the physicality of a royal female chimera ant, this could definitely lead to a quote unquote apocalypse. Because the reproduction process of chimera ants are not like humans.
Sure, and especially with the abilities that Kite has from being a hunter and all of that makes for a really dangerous combination.
Kite knows more about Nen. Kite knows more about Nen than any of the royal guards or Merim, and that's confirmed.
For sure.
All right. So,
or probably
if he were to lean into the chimera ant quote unquote side, that can definitely be catastrophic to say the least.
Yeah. Well, I'd want to see more of Kite for sure.
Yeah, same. I think the fight between like ant and human is something that could be explored outside of just Meruem. I think all of the chimera ants have that kind of possibility in terms of like character arcs. It would kind of just be like we're seeing like the same arc all over again though, so I don't think Togashi would write them in that way.
Correct.
But yeah, it's a super interesting one. Like that deserves to be on here because I was like, oh shit, like I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally, a good entry. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that.
All right. Next, we have Togashi's Never-Ending Nightmare.
AKA the publishers.
Yeah, I'm just straight up assuming that this is literally just like publishing the manga. Like, I know that's setting out to do something, like write a story, and then not like completing it can be like hell for a creator.
Yeah.
Like it sits in your conscience.
Yeah, it's there, right? Yeah.
It's a
Togashi
weight, right? It's a weight on your mind.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's a battle between his mind or his body. You know, he's sacrificing something here, unless he just chooses to end it.
And he did sacrifice, quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
so we'll see what gives out, if he makes it to the end, or if something gives. I hope he makes the best decision for himself.
I hope so too. I hope he has a life like he wants to live it, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else to say?
But I'm going to look it up really quick, just to make sure it's not like something specific, and then we can move on.
Sure. Pika, anything to say about this?
I just think it's publishing, or just what Koga said. Just being unable to complete a story or to advance it due to physical limitations. It also can apply to, let's say, I don't know if Togashi's ever had official burnout in the traditional sense, but
probably. I mean, right? It's quite possible. I mean, it's a really long-running series, and like
what did you say? If Togashi has had burnout,
like regular burnout?
I'm saying that not being able to advance or finish a story because of physical limitations could that's essentially what I was thinking. Like, has Togashi ever claimed to have like official burnout, not because of his medical problems, but just due to like overworking himself? Like, wasn't that happen after Yu Yu Hakusho?
Well, Yu Yu Hakusho was physical burnout.
Yeah.
They're usually tied together from like personal experience. Like, if your physical body can't keep up, you're just gonna feel like you don't want to do it because your physical body can't keep up. It creates the mental burnout.
Definitely.
So,
I can feel that.
I think all creators suffer from burnout. It's just like how you're able to deal with it is the difference, I think. But I'm ready to move on. I couldn't find anything online about it.
All right. Nasubi's role in Perta Massacre.
Oh.
Good point.
The Let's Go province. The Let's Go province has never been confirmed in which country. It's all we know is in the southeast part of the country.
So there's a possibility always. I mean, you could put it in.
It's a possibility, but
you could put it near Kakin. You could put it near, I don't know, NGL. You know.
Right, but if we take it into account how the topology in the land of the Let's Go province, right? Where the village was dense forests with magical beasts, and it was near a small unnamed city.
Yep.
Right. We don't know the exact
geography.
We just don't know. Yeah, we just don't know the Hunter world well enough, right? It's very vague and not very descriptive. So, I mean, possibly, unless there's some type of.
Or is this referring to something like the royal family hired the Phantom Troop to go after the Kurta? So
that's what I was thinking.
Or something like
because we know because we saw Rudnick has the rest of the Scarlet Eyes, and
he has a
even
bunch
potentially
of eyes,
Pyro's head. So that is definitely a possibility. Disgusting, but that is definitely true. That's definitely a possibility.
It's a possibility, yeah. Any thoughts, Bailey?
I'm not sure if Nasubi would have a role in it, to be honest. It seems like more of a thing Serodnik would have more of a role in, just because of the person he is. And
Daddy, can you go hire the spiders to... Daddy, can you go...
Exactly, yeah.
Can you hire the spiders to commit a genocide against a persecuted group of people? Thanks.
Sure, sweetie.
Because don't forget, if Nasubi would have would have the political power and the money to hire the Phantom Troop. Because Nasubi, even though Cyrenik was born into a family of wealth, Nasubi's the one with all the money and the real political power. So
especially if they were kids still back then.
Exactly. Let's say when Cyrenik asked for the Scarlet Eyes, he was Neon's age, 18.
Yeah.
Right. Even though he's technically an adult, he's still a prince, and he doesn't have his own money because, like with royalty, he has to rely on the king's or the queen's money. So, I think that
if it was like that, it would work. The middleman. Yeah.
He was definitely the middleman and the pair. If that was to be correct. I don't have anything else to say regarding this subject.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. Lynette Fate, Netero Resurrection.
Okay.
This is Lynette Audible, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't know any other Lynettes.
So she's somehow tied to Netero's resurrection. to a possible future resurrection. Is that what it's saying?
I think that's what it's saying.
Yeah. Well,
let me look up X Hunter Netero.
Would be interesting. Maybe Lynette was in the human world, right? As a hunter.
What's that?
Lynette. What was their name again? Lynette Audible or Lynette?
Yeah. Audible. Audible.
It was something like that. It was pronounced very similarly, I think.
Yeah.
Lynette audiobook.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, my thought was that if she went to the Dark Continent or something, and maybe they have a spectral projection of Nether or something, I don't know. But yeah, nothing else comes to my mind really about this.
Yeah, me neither. It's anything that's coming to my mind would just be like a total stretch. It's kind of like a creative writing exercise more than like a theory based
more than anything.
Things in the series.
Okay, well, moving on then. Kiriko True Allegiance, disturbing.
Kuriko. You guys remember what the Kurikos are, right?
Yeah, the morphing.
The magical beasts.
Yeah, magical beasts.
The ones that the navigators, for example, were Kurikos. Intelligent magical beasts. Now they're true legions. It was also shown that they are also work with the Zoldyck family and the Butlers.
Oh, they did, yeah.
But when Goto was killed by Hisoka, he was replaced by a Kuriko.
So is this saying their true allegiance lies with some unknown disturbing entity?
We don't really know too much about Kurikos. We've only met 5 of them, I'm pretty sure. 5 or 6.
But at least I think this is saying that they have a hidden agenda that we don't know of. They're just...
Yeah, it's like, in brackets, disturbing.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
What are they talking about?
They're secretly trying to make it so you never get to the hunter exam. I knew it.
Perhaps they've infiltrated human society and they're planning on taking over.
Shit. Well, I got nothing more to say about this.
Yeah, this is kind of like the equivalent of our politicians are lizards in the real world.
I think so, yeah.
Except it has a little more interesting like basis. Like, oh yeah, I can kind of see that being true actually.
Yeah, because they are
But we'll just
morphing.
have to see.
Yeah. Okay, Kite, True, and King. Yeah, why not?
I this one's a cool topic to talk about.
Right.
Um,
But in
I
terms
don't think
of
so.
in royal lineage, the king position goes to the eldest. That, and also it says king. If we're going to go by traditional standards of a king, they can't be female.
Well,
Kings are male.
That and it seemed like the queen was able to kind of decide what kind of ant she would grow. Like she seemed to have some kind of ability to do that. Like she would give birth to like soldiers or
True.
royal guard, and then like she decided to give birth to the king, and I think that was very intentional. And there was like the whole like Kite was growing as at the same time the king was. But it seemed like he started after the king started growing because he was so tiny in comparison to the king when the king was born.
Yeah.
So I would have to like listen to what this person has to say specifically about like Kite being the true king, but it seems almost like a no-brainer that the king is the king because the queen just decided him to be. So
Yeah, I mean, it could be true, yeah, but it's a bit of theory kind of stretch kind of thing again, like.
It's a far-fetched theory.
But yeah, any more thoughts?
No.
Not from me. I kind of was like, yeah, I'm smooth-brained, but it makes sense to me.
So Togashi's children succession war videotapes.
Damn.
I think this is a funny meme.
What do I say
I
about
can't
this?
find any videotapes of Togashi's children.
When Togashi finally passes, his entire fortune and legacy goes to the one that wins the real life succession war.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's doing some crazy shit like that. Like a total Jing move with his own kids.
Oh yeah.
You know what? The one last troll.
I mean, yeah. That sounds. Well, he did make a character that does puts his children in a succession war, but I very much doubt he's going to put his own kids do shit like that.
How many? How many children does Togashi have?
I think a few, like 2 or 3.
Okay.
From what I remember.
I was about to say he's gonna have like the real life succession war, 14 different children.
I was thinking like, okay, obviously like not like a bloodbath type situation, but like maybe he's gonna do something fun with his kids where there's like a competition between them.
Oh yeah,
I can totally see him doing something.
Yeah,
like
I can. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Who's making the best manga?
I'm on board with this theory. Whatever the succession war is, I think Togashi would do it.
Yeah, he's a troll.
Written it into his story, and I already believe he's a troll. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is totally within the realm of like my Togashi headcanon possibilities.
Okay, next we have Tompa's Lullaby. Lullaby.
Lullaby.
How do you pronounce that?
What does this
Lullaby.
mean?
Lullaby.
Oh, do you guys know Tompa's character song? Do you know what it's called?
No, I don't remember.
I just looked it up.
Oh, come on.
Sokomade.
Come on. You ruined it. Yeah. Of course it's you. Of course it's between the two of you, it's you that look it up. Yeah, I was about to say, oh yeah, I had to look that up for a Jeopardy thing that I was doing when I was hosting. Oh yeah. No, you just ruined the fucking surprise saying Ochiro Sokomade, of course. But yes. I don't think it's referencing that song.
It's what comes up when I type in Tompa's Lullaby.
I remember the 1999 songbook, like they had these karaoke songs. I even put the videos up on YouTube. There was Tompa's song, but I forgot the name. It was quite funny. I like it.
I think this might be a fan fiction that involves Tompa, and it's so like notorious that people lol it or something.
Quite possible. Yeah.
Well, so if Tompa is getting a lullaby, that's implying that he's getting tucked into bed. Who is tucking him into bed?
Or maybe he's tucking someone else into bed.
He's probably talking with Lippo.
Lippo?
do either of you remember who Lippo was?
I'm thinking about it, but
it's the monkey guy, right?
No, he's the
really?
prison warden of Trick Tower.
Is it?
Oh, okay.
No, who is it?
Right, yeah. No, Lippo is the prison warden of Trick Tower.
He's the guy who eats the crisps, right?
No, I can't
yeah,
remember.
He is. Yeah, Lippo. Yeah, like you guys are making me doubt myself. Like Jesus.
Well,
are so mean.
Regardless, should we move on?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll let the viewers go look that one up. If a Tompa fanfic sounds funny and interesting to you, go read it and report back to us. We'd love to hear about it.
Melody Y.
Yeah,
so this is worded a very specific way.
This is a play off melody. If any of you slow people in, any of our slow watchers could realize that.
Yeah. I'm the slow one. You got me, all right.
Damn. Yeah, first thing I get whenever I look that up is just melody as a character. But if I don't have Hunter x Hunter, then it shows me.
I think this is meme territory, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? No, it's just like maybe it's like a funny haha robot version of melody. If this is meme territory, I think we should just skip it.
Let's do it.
Maybe it's a One Piece reference.
Oh god, not the One Piece references. These need to stop. So many One Piece references here.
The One Piece references, they're everywhere. Sushi,
they're up high, they're down low, they're on the flow. And while I got loaves.
Moving on.
Yeah. Zushi, future self.
He's a floor master. This was confirmed in the last mission. Did he win the Battle Olympia? Probably not. Last we heard, wasn't he still training in Hatsu? In Ren?
Yeah.
So, Wing also said that Zushi was a 1 in 10,000 Nen user.
Yeah.
So, he's obviously somewhat gifted.
Yeah, pretty gifted.
That's why he's training with Wing. Right? So, I mean, Zushi could be a proficient Nen user in the future.
For sure.
That's definitely a possibility.
And he works hard.
Oh yeah, he's very determined.
Which he does. Yeah.
He's got a good possibility of that.
Right.
I see him. I see this like speculating as to like the person Zushi is going to become. And there's definitely like a negative path that he could go down, like comparing himself to people who are more talented than him. That would be like a really strong setup early on that Togashi could run with. Yeah, comparison is the mind killer. It's very deadly. To any of you creatives out there, try not to compare yourself to others, or like in whatever you do, really.
We're also looking at you, Koga.
Actually,
we're looking at both of you because both of you are creators.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it, I think. I don't really compare myself to many people. That's not really where my creative frustrations come from.
That's good.
But
yeah, I don't have anything really much else to say. We don't have too much to build off of.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We can always speculate, but it's not necessary, right? Satot's proto-human aquatic ape theory.
Is this just because like Satotes is like built different?
I think so.
This guy's built so different that we're gonna call him an aquatic ape.
So a proto-human is like an ape, right? Like Neanderthal.
I have no idea.
Is that what it means? I think that's what it means, like. But then aquatic ape theory. What the hell is an aquatic ape?
It could it be referencing like how the apes came from the oceans? Through evolution?
Yeah, it's a theory that our ancestors once spent a significant part of history over their life in water.
So does this mean Satots evolved faster than most animals on the planet?
Hold on.
Satos was similar to those ape creatures from the Numere wetlands, as shown as through the Hunter exam. I still think that he is certainly human. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I mean, but this theory says otherwise.
I think this is just saying that Satots is like not from like the same evolutionary line as most of the humans in the Hunter universe.
Yeah.
Like he's still human, but he comes from like a slightly different branch, like much earlier in ape evolution. Which is really funny because it's literally what I was saying earlier. Like they're pointing to this guy and being like, "Man, this guy's built so different. He evolved from like a different species of ape." Like that's all this is saying.
This guy just built different. This guy just built different, man.
I wonder why it's pointing specifically towards aquatic ape theory though. Like I'm not seeing the connection there. There might be some funny memes, but
yeah, probably. So. All right. Anything else to say?
No.
Let's continue.
V5 secret labs.
Yeah, I reckon they totally exist. We've already seen that they kind of.
We have seen secret labs. Yeah,
we have. Yeah, true.
I don't know if they're secret labs, but we've seen like preservation sites for a lot of the calamities.
Yeah.
And whether there are like more secrets that they're holding and like, you know, things that they're extracting from these calamities, we're yet to see. But it's definitely a super interesting corner of the Hunter universe.
Right. Yeah, what are the governments hiding? Just like our own governments, what are they hiding from not just the public, but from the Hunter Association?
What could they be hiding?
Shaped like pills.
What?
They're hiding Bryons.
They're hiding Bryons.
Oh, and speaking
Bryon army.
Speaking of Bryons, next one is Bryon theology. Pope's last words.
What is Pope's last words?
Like are we talking about like the Christianity Pope, like the Christian Pope, the Roman Catholic Pope? Are we talking about like the leader of the Orthodox Christianity? Like, what are we talking about here?
I have no freaking idea where to start with this one.
Okay, well, firstly, how can you have study of religion around Bryans and then relate that to the Pope's last words? Yeah, this is.
I'm looking at Brion right now. Their threat level is A, but apparently Cheetah lowered it to a B plus.
Oh, okay.
Which is higher than Chimera ants. They were found in the ancient city near Lake Mobius, where the United States of Saherta sent forces there. Apparently, a Brion only left 2 survivors. Brions are the guardians of that ancient city, of a labyrinth city, I should say, on the Dark Continent.
Does Moebius have something to do with this?
Sorry?
Does Moebius?
Moeb?
Isn't it like a religious figure?
What?
I might be making this up.
I'm pretty sure it was shown that most people that came back from the Dark Continent alive were mentally deranged and insane, as shown by one of the V5, V6 labs that was shown in the early part of the Succession War. So it could be that maybe I'm forgetting that it was confirmed, or maybe it's just speculation, but one of those survivors that was mentioned were actually one of the 2 survivors from the Labyrinth City.
Yeah, the Brion is very interesting. Yeah, anything else to say about this?
I don't have anything.
I tried looking it up online. So Pope's last words is going to be important for figuring out what the hell this means.
Right.
Yeah.
Could this just be signifying to Brion? Sorry.
Oh, I was trying to relate it to the Pope's last words. Like he would say something religious, right? Like related to religion. And so if the Brion was on the Moebius Lake, right? Is that something religious? That was my angle. But
Mobius Strip.
I could be wrong.
I'm not seeing the connection. If you were willing to research that, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
I looked up Pope's last words, and I'm not seeing any immediate connection. But
okay.
Maybe this is referencing like Brion Simps.
Brion what?
Brion Simps. SIMPS.
Simps.
I'm a Brion simp.
Hey.
Well, I guess you're just a mega cool kid then.
Yeah.
Hey, it's cool to sim Bryans. Well, I don't think we got anything else to say about this, or do we?
Yeah, we can leave that one to the commenters, I think.
Simping Bryans. Okay, digital Nen allegory. I just need to.
Maybe.
What the hell is an allegory?
I had to look it up too.
Representation of abstract ideas or principles by characters, figures, or events in narrative, dramatic, or pictorial form.
So, my guess is that digital Nen is like an abstraction for something reflected, like a reflection of something in our world. So Nen is a reflection of something in our world, and then digital Nen is like reflecting that. Okay, so the reflection of Nen in our world is evolving into like digital Nen, and then whatever's being reflected is like what it's trying to talk about. I didn't state that very clearly, but
could it?
Whoa.
So, could it be referencing the?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just asking. Do you think it might be referencing how our world is advancing technologically and culturally by making this reference to how, let's say, Nen is like a certain like sociocultural standard or like set of ideas. Even make it political if you want, but then making it, let's say, yeah, something like that, right? But then making it digital definitely changes it. Like, especially as how things have gotten more digital. Religion has definitely played a different role in people's lives nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going with the spirituality, then I suppose I can make
saying that everything is digital, or
I mean, things are always becoming increasingly digital. However, I don't think there will, at least for the foreseeable future, nothing will be completely digital.
So is this saying that the real world is a simulation?
Oh my god. No, I don't think so. No. I don't think that the Hunter universe is just some game through another Joy station.
A fever dream.
That's a fun
no
theory.
Just stop.
Put that one on the iceberg.
But yeah, that reminds me of a news story where someone projected like a huge like something into the sky, and the software malfunctioned, right? And it was like run on Windows 95. So there were people that actually saw this like bright, like see like this Windows 95 air screen like in the night sky. So, and people thought legitimately that we were in the Matrix and it ran on Windows 95.
That moment, yeah.
That moment when it just all makes sense.
Oh, that's hilarious. I feel sorry for whoever that freaked the shit out of. They must have had a real bad day. Funny. Yeah, I find that really funny as well.
That is how you turn existentialism into a very real concept.
Yeah, quite physically.
Yeah, I guess what I was trying to say with this is Nen is an allegory to like maybe like a concept like spirituality in our world, and then like maybe Togashi's trying to say our spirituality is transforming into more of like a worship of digital whatever, whether it's like relying on AI instead of ourselves to make decisions or whatever, because that's like a legitimate venture that we're trying to figure out. We're trying to use AI to solve big problems. So maybe it's relating to that. We haven't really seen much use of like digital Nen. So I'm guessing this is like maybe predicting a direction Nen is going to take. Like it'll be more intertwined with like computer function or whatever. And, we've seen it kind of with like Greed Island. We don't really know exactly how it works, but
for sure,
it's kind of been peppered throughout the story, and it could certainly take an interesting direction.
Yeah, it's been left a mystery for now.
Yeah, I'd guess this is kind of referencing that realm of possibility. And if you commenters have any ideas about this, please leave your thoughts.
Absolutely.
That's all I had to say on that, though.
All right. Zoldyck aren't immune to poisons. Huh.
Well, not immune. Just it's kind of like, I guess, the vaccine argument that's going around.
They're really resistant.
Like,
they're just extremely
you
resistant.
Get the vaccine, you gain a resistance.
Right. Maybe it's also.
Makes sense because Silver chose to block the poison with a strip of his hair instead of just being like, "Hey, I'm immune to this." He had to like stop the flow of it.
Yeah, I was thinking of the same one.
Yeah.
It could also
make sense to me.
This could also be referencing how the Zoldicks aren't immune to potential poisons from the Dark Continent.
Yeah, it's totally. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because poison immunity would be taking specific substances and allowing your body to create natural defense mechanisms against those substances. So you can't just like have natural defense against everything. Like your body has to learn to defend against them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that also makes sense.
Oh, interesting.
It also breaks that one scene where Killua gets. Actually, no, it doesn't. Killua fighting that one like creepy mosquito lady. I was gonna say it breaks it because it's like a new poison, but then again, like it could just be the same poison this specific bug had in its usual bug form, and then Killua like built a resistance to that specific bug. Like that's completely possible.
It's the same insect poison, but just a bigger version.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm willing to say this is completely true. They just have resistances to some.
Absolutely. The hands.
The hands, just the hands, the master hand, and crazy hand from Super Smash Bros. Like, the hands.
The hands.
What is this?
Is this a new group?
I know what this is referring to. This is that
is
panel with Pariston and he's got his big hands out.
Oh no.
And it's the hands.
Wait,
I made a thumbnail using that panel.
Thumbnail, yeah.
Yes. Episode 5.
It's referring to episode 5.
No, episode 6, actually.
No, 6.
You're right.
It's Pariston Sheila, yeah. Episode 5 was the pregnancy stone theory.
Well, who would have thunk that and the iceberg will refer to our episodes? That's some next level
how considerate of them. The iceberg is a fan of our content. That means all of you should subscribe then if you haven't already. If the iceberg likes our content, why wouldn't you?
I think this is referring to like all the times like arms and hands have been like mutilated in this freaking series.
Oh, there we go.
Like an obsession with like revisiting like the hand and like the arms, you know.
Yep.
So I don't know what like hands like symbolize or if there's anything to really draw from that, but there is like kind of a repeating pattern there. I mean, it's easy to find repeating patterns everywhere, but
yeah.
It's a funny meme, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Togashi made it on purpose or not, but it seems like he would have, because the arms and the hands, they get chopped off all the time, so... Well, anything else to say?
Yeah, this would be more of like a deep dive. Like we'd really have to like go and find each instance of like a hand or an arm being mutilated, or you know, like different ways have been used, like in Netero's Buddha Vista, like it's like 100 hands, you know. Like what does it mean, bro? What do the hands mean, bro?
Could it be referencing Pito's hands and claws? Now Gon-san just used it to just lodge it into her chest.
See, we don't know. It runs deep. This is definitely like
conspiracy
the stoner
theory
addition to this iceberg.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
considering the name of the tier. Considering the name of the tier, a lot of these theories definitely relate back to it. So, wait, we never told our told the viewers what this tier is called.
Hey, no, go look it up. Go figure it out. That's your little viewer job. That's Go reward yourself. No, I was able to do it. I've never read Morse code in my life. All right, it's easy.
But now you just gave it away because it's Morse code. Oh my god, you ruined it.
I already gave that away.
Oh,
I said
really?
That at the start.
Okay, fine. Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Nen made atmosphere.
So
they solved global warming.
Shut the hell up. No, Nen made atmosphere. So Nen is from Ara, and Ara is essentially a life energy. So it could, if there's enough life, because everyone has some kind of aura, so that would technically there could technically be enough.
Goes up.
Yeah, exactly. So because they're not because most people aren't using 10 or some other type of Nen
losing it.
Technique, it floats up. So I guess there's enough people, let alone like magical beasts, where their aura would float up to create a quote unquote Nen made atmosphere. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Which defends against the aliens.
All right, yeah.
That just make me think.
Listen, I was thinking about yesterday. I was thinking about the that one, the stars look back thing, and I was wondering, like, is this like a reference to aliens in the Hunter universe, like alien life forms? Like, I wouldn't put it past Togashi to implement something like that. And bruh, it's all connected now, bruh.
Stoner moment there. No, but
perhaps I totally see what they're shooting for with
this.
One.
I like that idea. It's very cool. Like, you think of it, the world trees, they go past the atmosphere, right? Would it make sense for like anything like that to survive in outer space? But if it's protected with Nen atmosphere, then why not?
Perhaps. Maybe it feeds off of it, and it feeds it back into the world, and then the world itself gets Nen from humanity, and that's how like all these magical beasts come into existence. Because it all like feeds into each other.
It's all a circle.
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
We're getting deep into the iceberg here.
Oh yeah, we're getting deep and dank, baby. Let's go. All right,
you can never escape the dankness of the iceberg.
I'm loving it. I'm having fun with it.
Okay, well, I think moving on.
Yep.
The Parliament of Zodiacs.
I see.
Government.
So, you government. Ew. I am
politics.
Yeah, that is not an evolution. God.
What the hell is this? Like,
Hog can never leave my head. Stop. I'm having a breakdown. All right. So obviously.
Yeah, I just don't know what this could be.
I think it could be talking about how the zodiacs operate. It's based on a somewhat democratic process.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So, which is...
Yeah, I don't know what this is shooting for.
Maybe,
right?
maybe a dark continent. Parliament of Zodiacs.
So, okay. So, now that I think about it, if I'm just going to use the UK. So, in the UK, it's a constitutional monarchy, right? So, you have, let's say, the Prime Minister, the royal family, and then Parliament, right? Maybe this is a situation where the chairman is like the royal family or the Prime Minister in that case, and then the rest of the zodiacs are Parliament.
Okay.
So it's maybe there's like a structure because remember the zodiacs are there to help advise the chairman, which is what Parliament is quote unquote supposed to do. So
that makes sense.
That's what I think it is.
The structure.
Yeah, of the zodiacs. Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I just don't see why it's on this part of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay then.
Yeah, I don't see what, like Koga said. Like, I don't see why it's here. Like, it's pretty deep into the iceberg.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
this
it's
is like we're
just
in deep
a meme
territory.
also. Could be they're memeing with us again.
Right, because I mean, some zodiacs definitely revolve around structure, stability, and government.
Yeah, I mean,
While
yeah,
others, let's
they
say,
got us.
Jing,
Yeah.
definitely stay away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure don't like that stuff. Yeah, but I really don't have anything else to say about this, really. It doesn't evoke
I'm not
any
finding
thoughts.
anything. Yeah, no thoughts head empty.
Did you find anything?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
All right.
No, nothing.
Kurt and Reina equals to Adam and Eve.
Hmm. Let's think about this.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I
Adam
can
and
see
Eve,
The forbidden
like the
fruit
significance of them
story.
being like,
Right.
yeah, there's two parts to it. It's like one, the first of humanity, and second, there's the whole forbidden fruit thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as significant to the forbidden fruit as it is to the first of humanity. So like the first of like the new wave of ants or something.
Yep.
But that's not
right.
like true necessarily. It could be like because we saw there were like ant soldiers that were mixed with animals, right? But it was the first of like the human hybrids, which would conflict with the theory that the queen was like because that the queen was already a human hybrid, like she already had some human in her.
Yeah.
Like it would actually no, because that would make her like the holy godlike figure that creates Adam and Eve, which are the first of the human hybrids of the ants, which would be Colt, and then the little ant Raina version of Raina. I can see the surface level resemblance for sure, but I don't know if there's much significance outside of that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I can see the symbolism, but it's not the strongest. I've definitely seen stronger religious and other theology ties into the series than Kurt and Rena are symbolic of Adam and Eve.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a surface level thing. There's no real depth.
Yeah, it's
to
it's
this.
a
It doesn't
bit.
really spawn any conversation.
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah, I think we should
conflicting. I think like it's not necessary. They don't necessarily work super well together, at least in my opinion.
right.
Yeah, nice idea. Regardless, anything else to say?
Yeah, it's worth pointing out
Yeah,
because somebody else who might know more about Adam and Eve and Christianity,
yeah,
and stuff
possibly,
like that,
yeah,
might be able to comment on this.
for sure.
But yeah, let's move on.
Togashi Odyssey, incomplete. Yeah, it is incomplete. We know. it's
We're aware.
Yeah,
You don't have to remind us twice, guys. Don't make this sadder than it needs to be.
It's yeah, Hunter x Hunter, I guess it's Togashi's Odyssey, and yeah, it's not finished, and we're waiting for the next chapters, and hopefully we will see them, but it is what
Yeah,
it
I think
is.
this is just referring to Togashi as like over his entire lifetime, like what he is going to set out to accomplish in his lifetime. It could be that. I didn't find anything specific to Togashi's Odyssey when I searched it up. Other things that came to mind were his assistants that made comics about him, like comics about him and working with him and stuff like that.
No, yeah,
Maybe it's referring to things kind of about him from an outside perspective, which, by the way, if you guys haven't read it, it's super interesting.
Yep.
I totally forget what it's called, but there's like a series, like a short series that one of Togashi's assistants made about working with Togashi.
Yep.
And it's very humorous.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, go see if you can find it if that interests you. So it could be relating to kind of content.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of showing what it's like, what Togashi's like, or it could be, referring to his lifetime of work, or who knows.
Yeah. Anything to add, Pickup?
No.
All right.
You guys basically said exactly what I was thinking. So.
All right. Well, let's keep diving. Experienced NEN users can alter water divination test using advanced Ren. Wing did so.
Yeah.
I think it's totally possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
Like, it seems like the qualities, like you can see it, I think, with Enhancer Nen, like the qualities of Enhancer Nen seem to be present in like Gyo or whatever, like, Nen that advances like a certain quality of your Nen.
And I mean, you can like use other. You can use the other categories. You're not restricted to your own categories. Just that you're much stronger in that category. So if you
like
you can become strong in other categories as well and manifest that. So
I could definitely I agree with you guys. I just don't see the practical implication of this, though. I mean, unless it's like you're on board the Black Whale and you want to fake your water divination tests, if let's say you're one of the instructors, then I suppose that can make sense. But in many circumstances, that there wouldn't be any real practical or functional implication to do so.
Well, I
guess according to Nen theory, yeah, that would work.
But I think the only practical implication it has is that you have to train it to be able to do it. So it might make you stronger in whatever category. That's
right. But I mean,
maybe
training a certain area of Nen just to fake a water divination test.
Well, just to fake a water divination, of course, but
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, but this is surprisingly plain and simple and not dank.
It's like perhaps. Yes, perhaps. Let us move on.
Yes.
Yes, let's do that. Mito faked Jing's backstory through identity.
I mean, in a way, she did lie about Jing.
Yeah, she did. So there is precedence for this being true. Like, she's hiding more about Jing that we don't know.
Yeah.
All right. It could also be, though, that Mito just generally does not know a lot about Jing after he left Wayland to take the 267 Hunter exam.
She was, like, kind of obsessed with him, though.
Right, yep. But, I mean...
Like, as a kid. Like, they have a close connection, so...
For sure.
Right, but I'm saying, like...
It'd be weird if she didn't, like, know.
No, I'm saying, like, after he left Wayland. Because remember, he went to go... Jing took the Hunter exam when he was 12 years old, which isn't that old.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't know when he never returned to Whale Island until he had gone.
Yep.
Right?
I think so, at least.
Right? So he didn't show up until Gon was 2 years old, right? So he was gone for the island for 16 to 20 years, approximately, if we just have a broad range. So, I mean, Jing's backstory, like what he did with the ruins, for example, that is classified or maybe even public knowledge. But a lot of what Jing, it's like when Pockle tried to look up about Jing right after the Hunter exam when Gon asked him to use his computer, right? It was highly classified by multiple different governments and the Hunter Association.
Yeah.
So there could also be a legal reason why Mito doesn't know, and maybe there's a legal reason why Mito had to fake or part, if not all, of Jing's backstory.
True, yeah, very
right.
true.
She can only talk about Jing before he took the hunter exam, before he did all these crazy and magnificent things, right? Because at that point he was such a desired person that into the Hunter Association, into several governments, that he became a very important figure. I mean, he's politically more important than many politicians. So I think that's understandable. Do I think that Gon should know about Jing's history? Yes, I think so, but I don't completely blame Mito for lying about or faking Jing's backstory. I can see the reason behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely possible that she's not, that we don't know the entire truth about either of these characters. I just don't know like what the truth would be, I suppose. Like yes, it's possible, but who knows what that could mean.
That would be it would be easier to make a speculation about it if we knew about Jing's Nen.
Perhaps.
Because we know about because we know about what type of hunter he is, right? And we know a few of his achievements, and we know his status and reputation, but we don't really. We don't know a lot about the backstory. We don't know a lot about the actual person.
Yeah, he's a mystery on purpose.
Of course. So that's my personal thinking right off the bat, without any further research.
I don't have anything else to say about this.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Zoldyck family's taboo.
Is this referencing Alika?
What does this mean?
Alika.
Oh, yeah.
Like Alika, Nanika, I.
Yeah.
Because bringing over a literal great calamity from the Dark Continent can't be seen as rather taboo.
Or maybe something
that has
Zig
killed at least 100 people.
The Dark Continent, maybe.
Right.
I just looked up Zoldyck family taboo on Google, and the first result was, "Is the Zoldyck family incest?"
Of course.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Do I think that? No. Because Kikyo is from Meteor City.
I don't think that's the taboo, but...
No, I'm saying, like, referring back to, like, the incest result.
Yeah.
I'm disproving that with one simple fact.
No, I don't think they're incesting.
Right, but if I'm thinking about this right, a normal person, a normal hunter, would think of Nanika and I. What would someone in this tier think is a taboo? What would it be? We're not putting ourselves in the correct mindset here. We're thinking of the normie tier or the hunter chat tier. No, we got to think in this tier.
What could it be?
I personally think, could it be how rigorous their training is? Like how they torture their children, and it seems like if you don't pass, you could become critically injured, mentally injured, like mentally damaged, for example, or you could actually just die. And I think killing your own children to try to make them strong can be seen as a bit taboo, especially in the way that the Zoldyck family trains their children.
Very possible, yeah.
Or is it referring to a taboo inside the family, something that they're not allowed to talk about between themselves, something like that?
Well, that would probably result just right back to Alika, but if you want to think of another one, Zig Zoldyck and his Dark Continent.
Alika's definitely a taboo, yeah.
Yeah, but that just goes back to Zig Zoldyck's Dark Continent expedition.
Yep.
I honestly don't know what it could exactly be. I have a few ideas, but...
Yeah, I don't have many ideas either, or any that come to mind.
Yeah, I think we should just move on.
Yeah, my head is pretty empty.
When is it not?
Hey.
It's the smooth brain.
Oh yeah,
We need
sorry,
to.
Koga. Your brain is like Emmett's brain from the Lego movie. It lit up for a second to think of Pogalic,
Yeah.
right? It lit up
That's
for a
literally
second,
it.
right? But then it just went back to emptiness.
It's smooth like chicken breast.
Ooh.
Like raw
That's what
chicken
my
breast.
brain looks
Ugh.
like.
Raw chicken breast.
All right.
All right, that's enough
Okay,
roasting. Let's
let's
move
keep it
on.
rolling.
Togashi 2005 Hidden Interview Chapter 131.
Interesting.
I don't have
Do
the
you think it might be
chapter here.
I have it right here. So it's a Great Island arc. It's in the Great Island, right? It's
Okay.
when Gon and Killua met with the original alliance in town.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a question though. Are they talking about like an interview that was Togashi talking about chapter 131 or the Great Island arc in general? Or is it like an interview that's in Shonen Jump / volume whatever or volume 14, my apology.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would guess that it's not in volume 14, but that perhaps there was some kind of interview in like the Shonen Jump weekly release when chapter 131 released, like in that specific magazine.
Yeah.
Because it'd be
That's
easy to
weird.
kind of
So
like the interview wouldn't really be hidden if it was just in volume 14, right? Like we could go look.
Yeah.
But I feel like this being on the iceberg, my guess would be it's like a weekly release.
So
thing.
hold on for this,
Or-
right? It says so right here that the release date for the Shonen Jump for this chapter was October 22nd, 2001 in issue Weekly Shonen Jump number 1662 number 47, right?
Mhm.
But that means that there was an interview about it 3 to 4 years later.
Huh.
Oh,
So
yeah, interesting.
Right? There's the yeah,
did he
by
put like an
2005 is Chimera
interview
Ant arc.
from the future in the chapter itself? No.
Jesus.
Truly dank. I love it.
I don't have anything else because it's a hidden interview, and I haven't looked into too many Togashi interviews. I'll be honest. I'm a bad fan, I know, but I haven't looked too much into it.
Go read them. Well,
Right.
yeah.
I think we should just move on.
That's the thought that came to my mind, but it could be one of many things. Shall we move on?
Yeah, I think so. We're all coming on blanks. We're just having dead space.
I'm really curious about like old interviews and stuff like that. I love hearing from creators. So if any of the commenters know what this is referring to, please post it in the comments, and I'll definitely get to reading that.
We'll all take a look at it.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Games shop.
That's gonna be really confusing for the viewers. It's like games typed with like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is this?
It looks
okay. Did somebody brand this iceberg with their freaking shitty game shop, like an online game store or something?
Or it could be like,
you know how this is probably like passed around a forum, right? Like,
it's also
did somebody just
where,
like post that?
Whenever someone like writes a word in this manner, it usually is supposed to be in a quote unquote meme / sarcastic manner. So
I think it's a meme.
Yeah, it's like a voice like this.
Yeah, it's a voice crack.
It reads like
beautiful
that.
representation. Oh.
Yeah, we're in meme territory here.
I mean, we're in the blank tier, so
let's keep diving. Moritonio is canon.
Oh no.
Wait,
What was
refresh
this?
me, refresh my memory. Who is Moritonia again?
It's familiar.
Moritono is a character in Hisoka's past. Like the
Oh.
Hisoka's
Oh, you're
non-canonical
right.
past from the Tokyo school
Yeah.
mangaka, I'm pretty sure.
Is it the
Yeah,
magician?
but that
Yeah, the evil magician dude.
I
yeah.
think no.
He's
Yeah.
You know
apparently
what's hilarious about this?
it's from Hisoka's past.
Sorry, you go ahead.
No, go ahead,
Yeah,
Koga.
I'm pretty sure I read an interview where Tagashi was asked like, "Hey, is the Hisoka backstory canon?" And then his answer was like, "Yeah, kinda, like sort of, I guess." Like it wasn't like a yes or no. It was like
Yeah.
maybe. It's
We all
cool,
count it as
so
non.
maybe.
I don't remember
We all
also he
count
was
as non-canon,
talking
though.
about how he was starting to think about, okay, like I could really make a backstory about Hisoka. Like now that I start to think about it, it's really interesting. I remember he was saying that in the interview, but obviously he's never went there. But that would be
Maybe
so
he's
cool.
writing it right now.
I don't count the backstory as canon, but maybe somebody else does.
I don't either.
Yeah.
If he didn't come out and say yes, this is canon, full stop, and he was just like,
Yeah.
maybe, I think that might have been like him trying to be nice about it.
Yeah, it could have been.
And like trying to just be like, yeah, it's cool, like yeah, and then like trying to be polite, but I'm pretty sure that was a polite no.
Yeah, the read
Yeah.
between the lines answer. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's unlikely to be canon, personally, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yuppie knew the truth.
Okay, so
truth?
this is referring to
The truth.
I
In
keep
Yuppie.
thinking Pariston. But
I don't know if Pariston
what's
was
their
responsible
name?
for the Chimera ants in
I'm
jail.
totally
Wait, who are you trying to think of?
I'm totally blanking on this name. Violin dude.
Poof.
Yeah.
Poof. Thank you.
What? How did you?
Poof's truth. Listen.
Man, seriously, just
I'm
forgot
really
about
bad
the
with
best
names.
royal guard.
That's what I'm. Listen, I'm bad with names. Okay, my brain doesn't like to remember shit like that.
Yeah, same. I don't remember names at all. But
yeah, I'm pretty. This is the only like lie that it could be referencing, right? Like there was like a big lie, and yeah.
oh yeah.
That's probably what this is pointing to.
Right.
Yeah,
Could
because
it be
he
might
kind
be
of just
referencing
left
something
the
that
moral,
isn't.
you know, at some point. He was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just leave you there. Like, I'm not gonna finish the job. Like, what was that
Right.
about?
He knew the truth. He knew the truth about honor. He
Yeah.
knew the truth about humanity.
Right.
Through that battle, maybe he learned the truth of humans, and maybe he learned about humanity before Meruem did. Before the rose bomb went off.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It's
Perhaps.
hard to say what it is. So in a way, this one is kind of memey also, but it has some. It has
Yeah,
some.
it's.
It has some. How you say? It has something to it,
ground.
right?
It has
Like, why
some
didn't
substance.
they just say Yuppie knew Poof's lie, like, or he knew he was lying, or whatever, or like
Because that's
truth
not
behind his lie.
enticing. Because that's not enticing. We're on the iceberg.
It's not mysterious.
Exactly.
What if it is mysterious, though?
ASMR.
Okay. Hi, we're doing ASMR now. Okay.
Let's move on.
Yes. Gil, what's the next one?
HxH. Actual initials.
Ah, you broke it.
Yeah, my ears just systematically collapsed.
Someone needed to.
Yeah.
This one's funny. I like it. I like
Hunter
thinking that
Hunters.
there's like a secret meaning to HxH.
Oh, wait, I get it.
I don't.
When
What
you
is it?
usually, so let's think of a name, right? If it's like Thomas H. Smith, right? You don't. You put the period right in the middle name to make it an initial, right? So it's. I think they're making the joke saying like, oh, in order to actually have the proper initials in English, proper English, you would have to have periods after each letter in a space and capitalize it. So technically, this is the correct initials of Hunter x Hunter.
Well, which is why I never pronounce the X. It's just Hunter Hunter, baby.
My English skills are just unparalleled in this iceberg. I solved
Perhaps that is what it means.
It is what it means. The actual initials of HxH, right? What that would reference that HxH is initials for something else. And since we're talking about only Hunter x Hunter, what else in the series would it reference in H? What entity is referenced by HxH other than the title of the series? All right, other than hunters, and maybe like a hunter in a relationship with another hunter, if you really want to be that guy. But what else is there? Exactly, that's what I thought. So I'm sticking with my guts. I think this is a joke off with the English language.
I after your explanation, I think it might be as well, because the series isn't titled HxH. It's titled Hunter. Hunter x Hunter.
That's another thing. Yeah, in this tier, there should also be the people that pronounce the X in Hunter x Hunter. I'm looking at you, Koga. Calling you out right now. Everybody knows that you say the X.
It's there.
Everybody knows. Everybody's secretly criticizing you. Never forget that.
The eternal debate. I love it.
I get that the title is like it's about a hunter hunting another hunter. I get that's what the title is saying. I just read it for how it is, okay? Because that's more recognizable than saying Hunter x Hunter.
What?
True. Good point.
Like if I'm talking to somebody else about anime and I say, "Oh, have you seen Hunter x Hunter?" and they're like, most people are probably going to be like, "Oh, do you mean like Hunter x Hunter?" Or like maybe somebody will have heard of it, but then they hear Hunter x Hunter and they're like, "What?" And then I go Hunter x Hunter and they go, "Oh, I've heard of that." It's more useful in conversation.
I suppose, but I mean, if I talk to someone about it like that, usually they would have the brain capacity to fill in the X. Like they would be able to. They would be able to be
like most of the time
mentally connect the dots.
The X is very
most Hunter
recognizable.
x Hunter fans are gonna know what it is.
Right. Most people who've seen Hunter x Hunter know it's Hunter x Hunter. All right. Yeah. All the Giga Chaz know it's Hunter x Hunter.
I was just like heaving copium, and I know that it's Hunter x Hunter, but I was heaving copium and trying to make an excuse. I just read it as Hunter x Hunter because my smooth brain likes to read things as they are. So
that's understandable. No more judgment.
It was a good point about the X because it's quite recognizable. So
yeah,
easy to remember.
It's also because the X is.
I'm good at bullshitting. That's all.
The X is used as a way of like a quote unquote space in the 2011 anime episodes, for example, right? So if it's like conditions, right? It would be conditions space X space conditions. So that's why, like in my name, I have the X because it's a reference, but also that's just how it's used.
All right. Moving on.
Let's move on.
2045 anime planned.
It is planned.
So it's a planned anime for 2045.
Viz Media.
If we get to 2045 and I'm still alive and they announce a new anime, I'm gonna remember this moment of me like sitting in this cute little house on this cute little podcast with you guys.
Yeah,
it's all gonna come together, and I'm gonna have a huge nostalgia wave.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get in contact with us, and we're gonna have to just have a huge watch party. It'll be
good. Them times.
Yeah, good times, good times. Hey, you know what? We just have to wait another 24 years.
What I'm curious about is how they came up with such a specific date.
Yeah.
Is that the distance between? No, it's not the distance between 1999 and 2011.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not.
Maybe it's the date of Togashi's age or something. Is it have something to do with that?
I'm just gonna look it up.
Like
Togashi's currently 55 years old. Togashi was born in 1966, so that is 21 years difference.
So he would be quite a bit older by then. So maybe.
Oh yeah, so Togashi would be reaching almost. Togashi would be around 79 years old.
Yeah. So for a Japanese person, it's quite likely to still continue writing manga by that age. And like, there's some mangaka that I think kept writing like till that age, but yeah.
I think this is a subreddit meme actually. Because I just looked it up, and there's a thread 5 years ago titled Hunter x Hunter 2011 will continue ? And if you scroll down,
I see it now.
There's a commenter that said it won't be called Hunter x Hunter 2011, so no. Hunter x Hunter 2011 will not continue. I have hopes for Hunter x Hunter 2045.
Oh yeah, I see it. I'm waiting for Hunter x Hunter
I think
3011. I don't know about you.
Sorry.
Oh my god,
we've just stumbled across a fellow Redditor. Perhaps we should give him a Reddit gold.
Funny thing, someone posted right underneath the post, like as a comment, rules 9.3. Will there be any more adaptations in the future? If so, when? No one knows the answer to either question. So basically just reposted one of the subreddit rules. Gil, I'm sure you know that rule very well.
Yeah,
as our Hunter x Hunter Redditor mod, you would know.
Indeed.
The best
there's been
subreddit Zodiac.
It's a question that's been asked a couple times, so
only a couple.
Only a couple times. Anything else to say?
I don't have anything else. I think we should just move on.
Just a meme.
It is a meme.
Yeah, by this point it's a meme. It's everyone knows this question has been asked a million times, but people still keep asking it. So Shoko's locations are relative.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think that's a reference to Hisoka's supposed sister.
Shoko's?
But
what?
That's when I look up Shoko's, right? The first thing that comes up is a Wattpad story about Hisoka's sister.
Okay.
What?
That is dangerous territory. I'm not going to continue anymore. The next thing is
stuff, huh?
The Nen is Nen, like the Nen Hunterpedia website, but it's like in a 1999 aesthetic and it's in French by the looks of it. Francais. Ha 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 baguette. It's in that language. And apparently it's Shoko is a reference to Ara by the looks of it, if I'm reading this correctly.
Okay. Interesting.
So
no, it's the name of the person who made the story.
Oh well, still Wattpad is a scary place. We don't go there. We stay far, far away.
We stay safe. Well,
yeah, I'm looking at the tags for it and I feel sick. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the
What
next
does this
one.
mean?
Show
Oh, you had something to say?
Not really. I'm just like gobsmacked at this. Is this just like some random person just like shitting on the iceberg? Like literally just like typing some random shit and then posting it up. You bastard, how dare you?
Yeah, wasted our time. You know what led me to that horrid hellhole?
All right, moving on then. Don Freaks wrote D Hunter.
Well, we know he is a writer, and D Hunter is like about a bunch of like adventures of like some explorer in like a foreign land, right? So
yep.
I honestly I'm with this one. I'm like almost 100%. I'm like, yeah. I'm
it
with
also
this.
says D Hunter.
Right, yeah.
So D Hunter was an enjoyable book.
Yeah, it's almost like D
Hunter was a good
almost
book.
like how is it not him? Listen, maybe we should make a short story and it's titled D Hunter or something, and it's about guys in the Dark Continent exploring.
Should be B Hunter.
Cool. Sea Hunter. Anyway,
Yep.
I am ready to move on.
GKK Hunter. GKK Hunter.
Exactly.
That's what our GKK Hunters. That's what our novel would be. The land of podcasting.
So, moving on, we have wait, hang on. Gyudon tribe blackmailing.
So for those that don't know, that's the name of Bono Lenov's tribe.
The what?
Okay.
Bono Lenov's tribe.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
That's the name of their tribe.
All right.
Well, now you know.
Gyudon. That's hard to pronounce.
Well, it is. I mean, it's just like how you pronounce Bono Lenov. Oh.
Gyudon Bono Lenov.
Right. Well, it's also the thing where if you really want to get very dank, right? You know, the Dancing Warriors do a move called BAP or a BOP.
BAP.
Couldn't that be a reference to WAP? I'm sorry.
I have no idea, man.
That was
this is new
See,
stuff.
my D's nuts jokes are way better than whatever that was.
But
true. I'm just not a comedian.
But how is this? Yeah.
Someone is apparently blackmailing the tribe.
Yeah.
Or the tribe is blackmailing someone. It seems like it'd be more so the latter, though. No, I mean the former.
Or the troop blackmailing the tribe. Maybe.
Right. The tribe is still alive, so it's not like they've been exterminated or anything.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're like a prehistoric tribe in a sense. Very, very traditional.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm gonna look this one up.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that comes to my mind is Phantom Troop maybe blackmailing, and then they got Bono Lenov out of it. I don't know why they would blackmail them, but since they could just obliterate everyone. Or maybe they were actually super strong. Who knows?
I mean, Bono Lenov is able to spawn in the planet of Jupiter.
Yeah, exactly.
But what it is that, you know how the tribe can perform a song? They perform songs with their bodies before battle. And apparently, the more beautiful the sound is played, the greater the quote-unquote spirit, right? Yeah. We know how versatile Bono Lenov is actually shown to be.
They could have some really interesting abilities there, for sure.
Oh yeah, the tribe is known to be strong. That's just known, right? Have you found anything, Coca?
Nope. Sorry,
Holy
guys.
shit! I go on the Hunter. I go on the Hunterpedia website, and it says my browser says that there's 84 different trackers that are being blocked on the page, and it's still going up. Huh?
What?
There's a lot of there's 29 ads being blocked on the Hunterpedia website, and 90 trackers being blocked on the Hunterpedia website, and it's still growing. It's almost at 100. Huh.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, let's move on.
Hunter 1999 Lost Media.
I talk about a lot about Hunter x Hunter collectibles with someone I know. And there's a lot of different figures and such for, let's say, 1999 media, or like cells, or art books
people
and such,
buy those.
right? Yeah, but there's a lot of quote unquote lost media because it's so rare because it's so old.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
Koga,
real.
You both of you know him, so
Real collector stuff. I mean.
Yeah, the stuff that very few people have.
I was too young back then to be able to buy any kind of stuff like that. I didn't even know Hunter x Hunter back then. I only started reading it around 2004. That's the first time I had anything to do with Hunter x Hunter.
You've been a fan longer than me.
Yeah, for a while now.
That's for sure.
Yeah, almost coming up on your 20-year anniversary. I'll have to get you we're gonna have like a little celebration for you.
Oh yeah, it's true. Years. It's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that this is more of like a badge of honor type of inclusion on the Iceberg. Like the more you know about like small things like lost media and stuff like that, it's like getting your Hunter stars or whatever.
Right. I mean, Gil is a certified 2-star hunter, so he would know his stuff.
Not really. I actually don't know that much about Hunter.
Clearly, you know enough to go on a podcast about it, but clearly you can discuss this if you're able to effectively talk on this podcast, right? It shows that you definitely do know something about Hunter. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I care about the series. I just don't know much about outside of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Anyway, let's keep rolling.
All right. Well, we got the last one of our iceberg. Well, not this whole iceberg, but at least this tier. Clandestine Nen schools, and this one is kind of cool, honestly. I'd
actually go as far as to say the Zoldycks this specifically. They just have like weird Zoldyck powers.
Yeah.
And like I'm pretty sure that's like a Nen thing. Like some kind of, you know how like the Succession War is like a thing that utilizes Nen, and it's kind of like a ritual for that family specifically. I'm guessing the Zoldycks have like a similar thing where, you know, if you go through the training, you get like these certain abilities, or maybe something like that.
Oh, or maybe it could be also just physical, and it's just portrayed like that because it's easier to show like that. But
yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I get what you mean. It's. But
this is like totally possible, like 100%. Like most things are possible through Nen, and like I'm surprised that we haven't really dived into this kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm guessing we're gonna get more of it with like the Succession War stuff. If Togashi keeps writing, can't believe I'm having to start saying that now. Like after 1,000 days hiatus, it's kind of like I don't know, is he coming back?
No, but yeah, I like this idea because you could have so many different stories, and it's easy to conceive the idea that you could have just different schools, like very tiny schools probably, or like some monastery or something somewhere that they have their own Nen techniques. They don't even maybe know that it's Nen, but they're just doing their thing and it just works. And you could have so many different stories, and I think that's what's so nice about Hunter x Hunter. It's full of possibilities.
It's full of realistic
we're only really
possibilities.
like scratching the surface.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy theories and such, but a lot of them have a ground in reality. Like, they're not insane, right? When characters use Nen, it's not like, oh, they just have this power from somewhere, or right? If this is like a traditional shonen, like a regular shonen, if Gon would just walk up to Bear and pull out some unknown power, apparently from wherever the fuck it comes from, and just beat the shit out of him, right? He would just he would make Pito look like a fucking tea party.
Yeah.
But this is, of course, Hunter, which is actually a good series, so that doesn't happen. It's quote unquote realistic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It has certain limitations in its reality.
There is always a consequence for everything. It makes it grounded, or like pseudo grounded in reality, kind of thing.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think this is a fun one to end it on. It's I think this is another one of those writer's prompts kind of editions.
For sure.
This is like something a writer would really love.
Absolutely.
For the writers in the audience, please, for your Hunter x Hunter obsession short stories into the comments. We'd love to read them. But that was the last one for this layer of the iceberg. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, make sure to like and sub, ring the bell or whatever, and go watch our other videos. Have a good one.